5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Liftoff, and the clock has started.
Kevin Bailey, 46, butter knife.
Butter knife.
Brandon Brown, 44, guardrail.
Guardrail.
37, Swimmers.
Swimmers.
Henry Richard, 57, high heels.
High heels, respect.
79, 69, switch hitter.
Switch hitter, respect.
Let's go to 43, Brick.
Rick.
6, Rooney.
Rooney, respect.
David Smelson, 42, Christopher.
Christopher.
Will Smelser, 10, Cheetah Boy.
Cheetah Boy.
Brown, 16, median.
Median.
Jason 43, honeydew.
Honeydew.
Brian Andreessen, 40, Windex.
Windex.
David 33, Five Blocks.
Blindside.
1 Munoz, 31, Lamper.
Lamper.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right. Hey, welcome back to the F3 Knoxville podcast. This is Steam. I have one of my fearless co-hosts, Onstar, with me today, and we have a great guest with us that is going to share some really cool info about an event that is coming up here later this month. So I will let him introduce himself in a second, but Onstar, how you doing, man? Welcome back to the show.
I'm doing good, my man. Sleep deprived, as most dads of young children, but going on strong and keeping it going.
Yeah, well, one day at a time.
Yep. How about you, my man?
So we're in a new year. It's been good. My M and I have both started new jobs, so we're in that still new phase of relearning or we're learning, and it's been good. It's been good. It's flown by. We're a month into 2024, which is crazy, and that seems nuts to even say. This is week 6 of 2024, in case you're wondering. But it's been good. I mean, it's been good. It's been good to get on the Q calendar again. I took the month of January off intentionally for no specific reason. I just wanted to take the month off a little bit, kind of rethink how Q's looked like for me this year. But it's been good. It's been good, man. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. One of which we're going to spend a lot of time talking today. And I don't know if our guest knows this actually, but I first started, I think, at Big Ball when I first started at F3 back in, it would have been 2016, 17. And so the Big Ball AO is a phenomenal AO. We're going to talk about an event that's coming down to that AO soon. And I love it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, the man, the myth, the legend, who has a very impressive bookcase that we were talking about before we started recording. I'm like, man, this guy. Drive-thru. Welcome to the F3 Knoxville podcast, man.
Hey, man, guys, thanks for having me. And you, most of those books behind me, definitely not me. That's definitely my wife, but appreciate it. Yeah, man, happy to be here. Happy to be with you guys.
Tell us a little bit about, we'll call it your F3 story. How'd you get to F3? How'd you get your name? I don't know if I've actually heard that either. So catch us up a little bit on your F3 story and how'd you get Drive-thru?
Yeah, absolutely. So back in 2019, I had been at Cedar Springs, and in my Sunday school class, Butterfly was there. And at the time, and we were really good friends, still are. And he invited me out one day. Had been trying to get me to come. I came out on a Saturday to Big Ball. Abort was on cue. And so it was absolutely sold. First time, kept coming back on Saturdays. I think Big Ball, I actually don't live closest to Big Ball. I probably live closest to Asylum, but just kept going to Big Ball, and it's just been my home. Cool. Yeah, man. So that how I got Drive-thru though, it was about a month, maybe not even that long, maybe just 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, before I started. I had a lady actually drunk drive her Porsche through my house. So
no way.
so my story, and we don't live there anymore for obvious
Okay.
reasons.
Sure.
Apparently, cars can go right through. But I lived on the fourth side
Wow.
of a three-way stop, and so my driveway was the fourth side of a three-way stop. And then at noon on a Monday, nobody was home besides my 100-pound golden doodle. But at noon on a Monday, a lady drove her Porsche like up the hill through my garage and out the back of the house.
Up the hill, not down the hill, up the hill.
Well, it goes down and then it goes back up. And the
Oh, wow.
the witness who actually saw it said that she caught air at the three-way stop. She was going so fast.
Oh wow.
She was
Oh my
charged
gosh.
with DUI, and so yeah, that's how I got my name. Lady drove her car through my house. Drive-thru was the
Wow.
Drive-thru was the nickname. I think they already had the name picked out. I think Butterfly had told them what had happened before I showed up.
Oh,
I mean, there was an opportunity for like the Fast and the Furious or something like that at that
That's
point.
fair.
yes. I'm glad no one was hurt. That's insane. I mean, surely that was in the news, right? That had to have.
I think some cameras had made it, but I don't know that it actually ended up in the news. I definitely got some nice renovations out of it. I got a nice brand new garage, new laundry room.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man,
Wow.
it ended up working out.
All right.
Sure. Man, I
So-
never knew that story. That is, I mean, I'm so sorry it happened, but like, what a cool name.
I had heard part of it. I knew it had through some. I thought it had something like with someone driving through your yard or something like that. I never knew it was like through the actual house.
It's it
Wow.
happens. I say it happens. It's an interesting story. But yeah, it got a new garage, and luckily nobody was hurt. No, she wasn't even injured. So
Good.
think she learned
Yeah.
her lesson.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So you started at a big ball back in 2019, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And how did you go from like starting there to becoming the AOQ there?
Yeah.
How was that
So-
journey?
No, so back in 2019, I was only a Saturday guy, and I kept telling those guys, man, I just don't. 5:30 sounds too early. Saturdays at 7 are perfect. That's all I really want to do. Well, then in 2020, started going a little bit in the morning. Some of the guys convinced me to get a ruck.
Yeah.
And so, well, I started going in the mornings probably for a couple months. Some of the guys were like, hey, come try out a ruck for the first time. Now I'm going at 4:40, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 on Saturdays. They've definitely, they definitely hooked me in. It was Abort and Swanson and
Of
some
course.
of those guys,
Yeah.
Amazon, just started hanging out with them whenever you go on those early morning rucks, bonding time, it just sucked me in. Abort was AOQ whenever I joined. He was AOQ for a long time. Swanson took it over, and then it kind of made its way through the morning ruck crew, and I was after Swanson. So
Nice.
that was
Yeah.
But you see what I tell you, Steve? The cult part of F3 only begins after you get involved with rucking. After you get involved with rucking, there's no turning back.
Hey, that's
right.
how we get you. Hey, come to this free workout, man. It's really cool group of guys. Also, once you're a couple weeks or months in, hey, do you want to buy a $400 backpack and show up even earlier than 5:30?
Yeah.
That's how they stay. I'm telling you.
and then
It's well thought out.
then you just keep going.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Sounds
right.
about
Man.
right.
That's crazy. Well, man, it's so good to have you. Thanks for telling that story too. I don't know if I ever had known that. So that's really cool. Really, really cool.
Glad to be
Well,
here.
the big ball, I mean, we've all worked out there. It's a great AO, right? There's a lot
Yeah.
to offer at the big ball. And earlier this year, we were supposed to have an event, and due to just a large dumping of snow in Knoxville that I don't think I've seen in my lifetime so far, we had to move it back. So, Drive-thru, tell us a little bit about what event is coming to the big ball later this month. I know we're all pumped about it. You've probably heard about it on Slack or maybe on social media, but what's going on February 17th at the big ball?
February 17th, we have the Convergence at Big Ball. I'm super excited about it. time when we can get all of the F3 locations together. Big Ball's been wanting to host a Convergence. We finally get the opportunity to show off our AO. I'm pretty biased, but I think it's one of the better ones. We've got just absolute ton of area to move around. We've got lots of different iconic areas that we can go to, including the Big Ball itself. You know, we can work out beside it, Knoxville Sun Sphere. So we
which
can
they
do
just
that.
repainted, right?
Just repainted. I don't know how I
blue,
feel
I
about
think.
the blue. I don't know how I feel about the blue.
Yeah.
You know, it's too close to Kentucky blue.
That's true. You think it'd be orange or I don't know, gray or something.
Yeah. But no, I'm so excited to host the Convergence. You know, it's unfortunate that it got canceled the first time. Absolute crazy amount of snow and ice that we had back in January made us cancel it. You know, there was still ice on the ground for over a week. So, you know, ultimately, I think we made the right decision. We weren't going to be able to have the speaker that we had. It was, you know, it was going to be a mess. We're excited to be able to line everything back up, have the same area that we have at the East Tennessee History Center that we've got coming up for the speaker and everybody afterwards, and just excited to show off RAO.
Yeah. One thing I can definitely say about Big Ball is it's not going to be the case right now, but there's nothing like a beatdown at Big Ball on a game day.
Oh, yes.
Because the energy around the area, the people tailgating and everything, and everybody shouting "Go Vols!" It's just amazing. And you're spot on, Drive-thru, with like, you guys have a lot of ground that we can cover. There's a lot to be done. There's places to run. There's a lot that you can do. And coming from an AO that has both the board and Magic Mike, I'm pretty sure we're in for quite a beat though.
Those will be two of your stations on Saturday. So you're gonna have some good guys. They're hosting it. But yeah, I'll definitely plug Big Ball on a game day. If you come to a drive-through queue on a game day, you'll probably get to go down around campus. You'll probably get to run around some tailgates. Probably get to go visit the general just to get a good Go Vols game days, Maxims in. But yeah, Big Ball on a game day is where it's at.
Hey, talk about perspective. There's nothing like perspective than running and suffering through a workout at 7:30 a.m. and then looking to your left and seeing just tailgates and everyone just going hard before the sun comes up. It's truly amazing. It really is a once in a lifetime experience.
That's right.
Awesome.
So just a little bit about Big Ball, you know, and some of the guys that I've got. I mean, we've got, you know, Abort Postman, Magic Mike, mentioned Swanson and Vanilla and Wedding Singer and so many others. You know, I mentioned the Big Ball earlier, but we've got the amphitheater. We've got two different performance lawns that we can take advantage of, and we'll definitely take advantage of that area around through there. You know, we've got the area downtown, mentioned campus, so very excited to be able to show off as much of it as possible on the Convergence on that Saturday.
Now, what will that Saturday look like? Like, I think there's a pre-ruck, right? Like, talk a little bit about the schedule of events. I know there's some back-to-back really cool things happening.
Absolutely. So I think we've got the pre-ruck that'll kick off an hour beforehand. I believe that Fixer Upper is leading the pre-ruck. I know we've got a pre-run. I want to say that.
Oh, good.
I want to say that Abort was scheduled to lead it, but we'll need to, you know, confirm all those details. He definitely was last time. So we do have that. Then we'll start the morning off with you know the warm up, and then start. We got some different stations that we're going to go to, led by some of our finest Big Ball guys, along with you know some different leaders that'll take people from place to place, and ultimately the plan is that we're going to end up over toward the East Tennessee History Center. So we're encouraging everyone to park in Locust Street Garage, which is in between the big ball fountains. It'll be in between the World's Fair Park and where you're going to end up at, so that we can get everybody, kind of in an equidistant area before and after. You won't have to walk too far before or after. Cool. And so have that. We have a great speaker lined up, and I'm just really excited to host everybody.
That is awesome. And you mentioned a little while ago about a special speaker that wouldn't have been able to make it on if we had it during the Snowmageddon. So what can you tell us about the speaker?
Yeah, man, we were worried. I mean, we hadn't, more than anything, the snow and ice was going to be in a place where people we were worried about somebody getting hurt. I mean, with all the different obstacles we had, I mean, it was just a sheet of ice everywhere. But so our speaker, he's great. He's Pastor Chris Edmonds. He actually is the lead pastor at. Let me see. I had this earlier. He is the lead pastor at Piney Grove Baptist Church. So he in Maryville. So he's actually the son, and one of the things that we really want him to speak of, and one of the things that he speaks on a lot, he's the son of a World War II hero. And so there's actually one of the reasons that we wanted to have the and Wedding Singer has, and I mean, just complete shout out to him. He set up all of this with the speaker and with the History Center. But with one of the reasons that we wanted to have the speaker speak and everybody come to the History Center is outside of the History Center. There's actually a plaque dedicated to Chris Edmonds' father, who in World War II he saved the lives, and we'll let Chris tell the story, but he saved the lives of more than 200 Jewish soldiers in a prisoner of war camp in Germany. So there's a great story behind that, and if you're ever interested about it, you can go read the plaque, and it's something that Chris speaks on. He's really passionate about. So we're excited to have him share his story, share his dad's story. Hopefully tell us a little bit about that situation. Tell us about his dad, who is being considered for some pretty serious medals and honors, and so we're looking forward to having him out there with us.
Excellent. That is way cool. Way cool. Yeah. Thank you for setting that up, and shout out to Wedding Singer too for helping that get set up, man. That's awesome.
Definitely couldn't have done this without him. He has been absolutely great. I told everybody we wanted to do a Convergence, and he was the first person who wanted to jump right in and help. And he's been hindered and on the sidelines last few months. He had a surgery, but he's really come through, setting everything up, and continue to be a big time him with how he's helped out.
Awesome. There was a Convergence last summer, I believe, at Shamrock. I think that was the last one we had. And for those of you that may have never been to a Convergence, or like, what is a Convergence? I'd love to get just our thoughts on why Convergence is important, why it's such a different, unique event. And OnStar and I obviously having a little bit of behind the scenes knowledge here. Y'all have just knocked it out of the park with this event already. And it's going to be awesome. Something that we're looking forward to, and so, go around, maybe let's just share, hey, what's so special about a Convergence? Why should guys come to this? Especially this one too, because this one has a lot of deeper meaning with our community in Knoxville, and it's going to be really, really epic.
I'm happy to start off on that. So I think Convergences are so great. I get to see this group of guys that I have at Big Ball all the time. A lot of times it's a lot of the same guys. Every time that we have a Convergence, I get to see all these people, including you Steam and you OnStar at the Convergences. But there's so many people. I mean, usually we have somewhere between 80 and 100 that come out. Get to hear from all these guys that you haven't seen. It may be 6 months since you've seen him. It could be a year
Yeah.
since you've seen him. It might be since the last Convergence, but it's nice to be able to see those guys, get to see different areas. I mean, I've been to several different, to at least 3 or 4 different Convergences during my time. I try not to miss them. But it's great to see the different AOs, the different things that they have. Sometimes it's a place that you've never been before and that you wouldn't go, but for the fact that there's a Convergence there. So definitely nice to be able to go to those places and see those different setups.
Absolutely. Very cool. Onstar, what about you? Like when's the first Convergence you went to? What was that like?
I think the first Convergence was the Shamrock last year, but I went to one before that. Just the one, yeah, it was the one at a bomb shelter just when they starfished.
Oh yeah, okay. When F3 Smokies.
Yes, exactly. When F3
game
Smokies
thing? Okay.
starfished.
Yeah.
And it was the second regional F3 event that I went to. So it was exactly as Drive-thru said. It's a great opportunity to meet other guys, see more of the people in your region, and often people from other regions, or there's always someone from Chattanooga or from Nashville or somewhere else that shows up and is there to participate. And it's inspiring to see a large group of guys. The Warmarama and the Nemarama are always so cool because it's 80 guys shouting together. It's just such a positive energy. It's really cool. You get to meet a lot of people that you don't interact with as often, that maybe you've only talked to in Slack, or maybe you've only heard of, and you get to meet them face to face, or you get to meet someone you know from other AO, but that you don't see every week or every other week. So it's a great experience. It's a great opportunity for first F, second F, and third F all together in a very intense way.
Yeah. The thing I love is when you typically this is one of the first workouts. I don't know if it's going to be one of the first ones, but when you hit that side straddle hop in the Warmarama and you got 80 to 100 dudes counting out in cadence, oh man, it echoes, forever. I mean, it's just incredible to hear that. One thing I think that speaks to me from Convergences too is I have a tendency, like I go to Asylum PM Tuesday, Thursday nights, and I have a tendency to just stay there, if that makes sense. Like every Tuesday, Thursday for the most part. I'm typically at Asylum PM, and if I don't really try to branch out, like I really won't go to other AOs, and not that that's a bad or good thing, right? Because it's close and proximity, all of that good stuff. But I think the cool thing is, from a Convergence, you are seeing other AOs represented. And for me, at least, it helps me remember, like, oh, everything I'm experiencing that is really good at Asylum PM, like the fitness, the fellowship, the faith, this camaraderie, this brotherhood, and it's happening in these 8 to 10 to 15 other places around Knoxville, and just as impactful ways, which is really cool. And so if you think back to the mission of F3 to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups, like this is happening in small ways around the city, but it has a very large impact. And so you get to see that on a larger scale at a Convergence, where what we do, even showing up for a 45-minute workout, like it matters, it makes a difference in someone's life. And so to see that multiplied on a Saturday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. or 6, if you want to come rock or run, is a really cool thing that helps, I think, tie what we do in together, but also unites our region, and hopefully empowers other men to say, hey, I could lead something like this in my neighborhood, or in this area of Knoxville or beyond that may not have F3, but I know some guys that probably could benefit from something like this. And quick plug too, if you are thinking about a guy or a couple guys that like, man, I know you could use F3. This is a great time to bring FNGs, friendly new guys that have never been to F3 before. It's a lot, obviously. There's a lot of guys there, but I think we've had at least 1 or 2 FNGs almost at every Convergence we've had. It's a really easy on ramp for guys to be welcomed into F3, and hopefully we'll have some next Saturday or 2 Saturdays.
It's definitely nice for you to see the new guys come out. It's I'll tell you, if you want to be a new guy at a Convergence, you get a better name a lot of times. There's more people to try. There's more people to try to name you. So the Convergence is great. It's always great to have FNGs.
I don't know. At the bomb shelter Convergence, I saw the quickest naming that we ever had with Catalyst.
Catalyst. That was great.
Catalyst. I love it.
What's the name of our cat? I don't have one. Catalyst.
I love it. Hey, some of them are great. Some of them, like we used to, and I think a lot of us still probably say, hey, tell us an embarrassing story, So just imagine 80 guys or 100 guys doing that. It's fun. It's going to be great. You're going to love your name. You should definitely come be an FNG this event. Awesome. Well, Drive-thru, any final thoughts or takeaways? Just thank you for taking time to chat with us this evening, and just being willing to put together this team and lead so well at the big ball. And we're pumped for this event to happen, and just really thankful for the ways you're leading in downtown Knoxville. So any final thoughts as we get closer, about 2 weeks out or so to the Convergence?
Man, I just absolutely can't wait for everybody to be out there, everybody to see my guys. I mean, I appreciate what you said about me leading, but I have just an absolutely tremendous group of guys out there with me that help me out with queues, help me with the day-to-day operations. It's definitely not just we got a great group, and you two are two of the ones that I missed coming out. I mean, I used to see both of y'all all the time over at Big Ball. I haven't seen y'all except for leadership stuff. So maybe I can make it out to Asylum every now and then. Y'all can make it out to see me.
I would love that.
Yeah, but no, I just can't wait. I mean, we've got some good workouts planned. I know it'll be tough with some of the guys we got leading, but we'll have a good time. Have some good fellowship afterwards.
Excellent.
Sounds
excellent.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for taking time to connect. Be there February 17th, the Big Ball AO World Fair Park, 6 a.m. if you want to pre-ruck or pre-run. If not, be there at 7 a.m. It's going to be great. Stay for the whole thing. It's going to be an epic event to help kick off the rest of this year. So,
and it'll take you 5 or so minutes to walk. So make sure you don't get there at 7. Let's get there a little before 7 so you show up at those times on time. That's right.
That's a very good call. Don't be that guy showing up right in the middle of the warm-up.
Be at the Big Ball fountain at 7.
That's
at
right.
The parking lot a little before.
That's right. Very cool. Well, Drive-thru, how about you lead us off in the name-a-rama, my friend?
Michael Tao, 36, Drive-thru.
Drive-thru.
All right. Archer Diaz, 36, Onstar.
OnStar.
I'm Dan Henson, 29, Steam. Men, thank you for chatting. Thank you for listening. Wherever this finds you, keep fighting the good fight. Go out there and sharpen some iron this week. Bye.